and welcome to my craft room. My name is Michelle Wells. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Tasmania, Australia. How are you all today? I hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me for my video today. Today I'm going to use the prize peony, and I'm going to create a little card using this bundle. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to use this stamp set, and I'm going to use this flower here and this flower here, and I'm going to use love and thanks to a dear friend. So I'm going to use that, and I'm also going to use the dies that are in this bundle. So I'm going to be using this one here and this flower, but I've already pre-cut all my bits, but I'm just going to use to cut the outline of this flower here and this big one here, and I'm going to use this as well. So I'll show you how I done that. And I'm also using one of the smallest one of these, or could be the second. It's one or the other of that one for the inside of my card. And I'm also using this size here, stitch rectangles. So I'll pop them aside and we'll get started. So, and I've just knocked everything off the table. Alrighty, I'm back. So I've got everything pre-cut, and it looks like a little bit of a mess, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. So to get this piece here, like, all you do is have 11 by 5.5, and then you just score it at 5.5 in the center, so you're making a 5.5 inch card. And then once you've done that, you pop this piece on an angle, and then you cut your triangle out. So you'll put it on an angle from there to that point in your cutter, and then you'll cut that piece away. So that's how you get that part. And then this piece here, what I done was I'll grab this piece here. From this set here, all I'd done was grab this piece here, and I laid it on to there, like so. I laid it on, and I had it to, so it's sort of just where you want it to cut, and I just have it flush with the edge. Then I run that through my big shot, and then once I've cut that down, then I'll move it along, and to the edge of that cut where you cut, you'll place that on, and you'll cut the rest of it. And once that you've done that, you'll end up with a piece like that. So that's the inside. So you'll see what I'll show you what I've done. So I popped that on, I've cut that, and that's cut that all out. And then once you've done that, you line it up to where your last cut was, and then you cut that out again. So, and it sort of gives you the whole cut there. So that's how I got that piece. So I'll pop that back over there. Then I've cut another piece, and this is out of the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. So it's just a whole heap of different, don't know if you could see the patterns, but I'm just using one of them. So, and there's some gorgeous papers in there, but you'll see a few more of those because I'll be creating some more cards with those. So that's that card. So I cut a piece 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and that'll go on the inside there. And then I cut another triangle which is 5 1/4. I cut 2 of these, and 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then I cut one of them in half. So I cut 2 pieces, and I cut another one in half. So, and that is how I got the triangle. So I'll have a piece that goes in there, then this piece will go on top of here, but underneath here. So it'll sort of give me a nice little edge. And then I've got my piece from my sentiment here, and I think it was the second, this will go on the inside. But I'll pop them aside. So that piece I don't need anything for. I'll keep this piece out, and I've got a blank piece of cardstock here, Whisper White. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my my flowers. So I need my Memento black ink. I'm doing it in Memento black ink. So I'll pop that over there. So I'm just going to ink this all up. And once you've inked it, then press it down onto your Whisper White, and that's got that flower. And then I'll grab this one here, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I have not made a card with this this design yet. It's sort of, I was just playing around with, and I thought I'll just do a basic one from the start with yous, and we'll go from there. So I've decided, I've already picked out my colours. So I've decided to use light and dark Calypso Coral, and I'm using light and dark Just Jade. So I'm going to grab, what I do is I grab the darkest one, and then I just run down into the lines there. I'm not going to colour all the flowers because I've already pre-done these, but I just want to show you roughly what I do. So I go in with the dark, and I just sort of pick up little bits of that, so I won't do all of it. And then I just grab my lightest one, and then I just go in and I just colour. So, and if you wanted to, you can go back with the dark, but I just like, this is how I like to use my blends. I normally use my watercolor pencils, so I'll do that one. And that's how I do my leaves. And then go down there a bit more, but and then so that's how I do my leaves. So I won't go any further. And with my Calypso Coral, I get the darkest one, and I go in all these darker areas here. I just sort of like colour in all those dark areas. Like I said, I'm not going to do the whole flower. I'm just sort of giving you a rough idea of what I do. So and then I won't do it all. Then I just grab my light, and I grab the thickest, like the brushier one, and then I just go around and until I've coloured in the areas that I want to colour in. And so once I've done that, and I've done the whole lot of both flowers, then I end up with these two pieces here. So I've already coloured these, and I've already pre-cut them, so I didn't have to go through all the colouring with you. So it doesn't take long to do, but yeah, so that's what how I done those. So I'm going to grab my Memento black ink, and I'm going to do the sentiment. So I'm just doing that in Memento black ink. So, and hopefully I get this straight. So I do have it straight on there, but hopefully I get it straight. So I do want to go over to the right a bit, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'll pop the lid back on there, pop that over there. So now I've got all my pieces. I'll let that sit up there and dry. Now I've got all my pieces, I'll start putting them all together. So, but this was just like on this side here, I decided to use the the what's it called, petal pink side instead of the, and my card base is basic grey, so I think, yeah, it's basic grey colour I've used there. So basic grey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my glue, and I'm just going to stick the inside of this one first. So, and then I'm throwing my glue around. You threw it out of my hand. So this is a new one, but I did leave the lid open, and it's got a little bit stuck. So I'm going to work out which way I want to have my pattern, so it's not upside down. So I think I quite like it like that. So I'm going to pop that down, and I like the 1/4 of an inch border on my card. So, and once you've got that down, and I seem to like all these fun folds at the moment. So, but I did make a card with this a long time ago, and I'm sort of copying a design. So okay, so now what I'm going to do is with this piece here, because this is cut the same, I'm just going to stick this piece on top of there and work out how much you want to leave. So, and you're just using the offcuts of what you cut off. So this piece here that I'm sticking this to is this piece here is just the other part of here that you use. So instead of wasting it, so all I'm doing now is working out where I want to have that and how much of a border I want to have. And while I've still got enough time, I just wiggle it into so it's even. You're going to probably, no, that's it. It's worked out well because it fits just nicely in there. So, and then once you've got that down and where you want it, then we're just going to stick that on to there, and we're going to leave a little bit of a border around. So it just sits off there, and you're leaving just the right amount of border. So I'm going to glue that piece down. So okay, so I'm going to pop that, and it goes. And once you've got it to where you want it, and you're happy with the your border, then rub it down. So, and then you're left with this little fold. So once you're happy with that, I could have went over just a little bit more, but I'm quite happy with that. So, and then once you've got that part, then we're going to pop our flower on the inside there, and we're going to pop our sentiment. I'm not quite sure whether I want to have it there or there or there. No, I think I quite like it. So we're going to pop our sentiment on the front. So actually I'll pop my flower, I'm going to work out where I want to have that. So I think I quite like that there. So I'm just going to stick that down first. And I'm going to pop him there. I think I quite liked him. Just double check. Yep. So I'm just going to grab that to make sure I've got it straight on there before I decide that I'm happy with it. Okay. And once that's down, then you can pop that one on in a minute. But I'm going to pop this on the inside first, and I'm going to pop it to where I think I like it, and I quite like it there. So I'm going to grab my glue. The first one, the little flower on the top, I'm going to pop up on a dimensional so it sits up on, but I just want this one glued down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit that down there to where I liked it before, and make sure it's, and that's where I like it. So once you've got that down, then you stick him down there, and you sort of, you can see it starting to come together really, like, and these are really quick cards. I like making the quick cards. So, and then on the inside I've used I'm not quite sure whether I want to have that there to have the sentiment so I could write on something there, or whether I wanted it but then it'll actually, don't know if I like it there. So actually I'm thinking I might like it over there, so I might just glue it to there. And if you wanted to, you could pop a little I think I quite like it just sitting on this little area here. So, and that's where I stuck that piece, so make sure he goes down. And then I'll just write, you could just write your little sentiment on there if you want to. If you wanted to, you can add another little flower in here, but I just quite like that just being like that. So, and then I'll get rid of that, and what I've got left here of my dimensionals on here, I'm going to cut some of these. So I'll show you what I'm doing. All I've done is cut a few of those off, and what I'm going to do is just going to pop a couple of those onto there, and I'll just see how I like that. And then I'm just going to, I quite like it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that, work out where you want to have that flower, and if you wanted to, you could pop a couple little leaves. I don't have any leaves at the moment cut out, but to mean you could have a little leaf, but I don't think it needs anything. So, and maybe just one little thing, I might go grab my bling. All cards need a bit of bling, so I'm just going to have a look and see what I'm going to pop on in the bling line. We'll just see whether we want some gold or silver. Just going to have a little look. Don't know. No, I don't want any of those. Actually, might pop a couple little pearls on today. So I'm going to use the pearl basic jewels. So these, I haven't used these ones yet. So I thought, well, if you've seen my posts today, you'll, on my business page, you'll see all the ribbon I've ordered that's retired. So I've lost my take your pick tool. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop, I might just pop two today. I'm just going to pop a little one there. And I'm just going to pop a bigger one there. So I think I quite like just a little, and I might grab a bigger one here, and I'm popping over here. So there you go. So that was using those. So that is my little quick card. Well, I think it's quick anyway. So if you wanted to. Grab a bit of Winker Stella. And I don't know if I've got much in this one, but I have to go and open my new one. But all you do is just go around those flowers with a bit of Winker Stella, and you sort of give that a bit of sparkle. So there you go. So that's my card, and I was inspired by this card because I made this one a lot of years ago. I went to a card class a lot of years ago, so none of this is Stamping Up, but I made this card, so I just wanted to make my own with the prized peony. I actually quite like the flowers, so but yeah. So what do you think? So that's just my quick and easy. You don't have to have that there. You can have it here. You can have it over the half over the flower if you wanted to, or you could have it and then the flower over top, but there. So anyway, so if you like this and you'd like to see more videos, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, so you can see a lot more cards in the future. So but anyway, I'll let you go, and I'll catch you next time for another one. So alrighty then, bye for now. Bye.